Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight for 23 ABC News at 6. I'm Jessica Harrington. Tonight's top stories. A bill passing the House that would allow immigrants working in the fields to try and earn legal status. What the UFW and local families are saying about it. And celebrating and honoring Our Lady of Guadalupe. Details on the local event held in East Bakersfield earlier today. Allison?
Wet weather returns to the region this weekend. I have more details on those rain chances right here in Bakersfield when 23 ABC News at 6 starts right now.
Live from downtown Bakersfield, 23 ABC News at 6 starts now.
Good evening. Kern County is a major producer in agriculture, and a major move in that industry is sweeping through Capitol Hill. On Wednesday, lawmakers in the House passing a bipartisan measure to provide a pathway to citizenship for thousands of undocumented farm workers. The bill would allow undocumented farm workers the right to earn legal status in the U.S. Wednesday's vote was notable because, unlike previous efforts, it garnered Republican support. The bill could potentially bring big changes to an industry that relies on undocumented immigrants. It reforms a temporary agricultural program used by employers and requires companies to verify whether workers are in the U.S. legally through a federal system. For families of farm workers, this is a big step forward to help get legal status to their loved ones.
They just feel a lot more comfortable going to work because now they would have the liberty, they would have the documents, being able to just commute to their job without fear of being stopped by the police or whether it be ICE.
23 ABC also spoke with a communication specialist from the United Farm Workers Foundation about this development and the significance of this bill.
Everyone benefits from the labor that they endure, the skilled and professional work that they do to harvest America's food. And we think that it's time to finally provide them with a legalization in order for them to be able to live and be liberated from that pervasive fear.
In order for this bill to become law, the bill would need to pass through the Senate, then get the signature of the president. We turn now to state news. City leaders in Oakland are trying to come up with a way to help deal with their homeless crisis. The city council president has floated the idea of housing some homeless people on a cruise ship.
And maybe we can have a way to create 1,000 housing units overnight with a cruise ship.
That was Oakland City Council President Rebecca Kaplan making almost an offhand remark about using a cruise ship to house some homeless people. But word got back to someone in the industry and an idea was born. Kaplan says cruise ships have been used to house people in coastal areas who were left homeless by natural disasters like hurricanes. And she believes 3,000 to 4,000 homeless sleeping on the streets of Oakland qualifies as a disaster.
If it can be used both by tourists cruising and by other cities as emergency housing, surely our housing emergency is no less.
Homeless advocates say Kaplan's heart is in the right place, but the council already passed a measure to use city-owned property for housing, not temporarily, but permanently. The Port of Oakland, the primary place to dock a ship, isn't crazy about the plan either. They released a statement that reads in part, quote, "There isn't the infrastructure to berth a cruise ship. Safety and security issues at our federally regulated maritime facilities would make residential uses untenable." A former Tehachapi Public District Board member has been prohibited from ever serving as a public officer in the state after violating financial conflict of interest laws. That's according to the Kern County District Attorney. Officials say Richard E. Williford served as a member of the Board of Directors of Mountain Meadows Community Service District from January 2007 through September 2013. According to officials, Williford entered a no contest plea on one felony count of violating, which prohibits a public officer from entering into contracts in which he has a personal financial interest. He's ordered to pay restitution to Mountain Meadows in the amount of more than $137,000 and serve 90 days custody as terms of the 3-year probationary period. A 25-year-old woman has been arrested after the Sheriff's Office Narcotics Unit and the Department of Homeland Security executed a search warrant today. Maria Urbina was arrested on several drug possession charges. Officials say they executed the warrant at the home on South Bliss Street in Bakersfield. Investigators reportedly seized 34 pounds of meth with an estimated street value of more than $308,000, as well as heroin worth nearly $40,000. They also seized 1,900 fentanyl pills. more than $15,000 and 2 handguns. Urbina is facing possession of a meth lab, possession of meth for the purpose of sales, and possession of narcotics for the purpose of sales charges. Wasco will be hosting a warm clothes distribution to help the community this upcoming winter season. David Couch, the supervisor of the 4th District, will be hosting the clothes distribution next Wednesday at Barker Park. Couch says all items are free of charge and they are still accepting donations at this time. If you have any clothes you'd like to donate, give Couch's office a call at 868-3680 and they will pick up your donations. Well, you may want to grab some of your winter clothes and head to Alta Sierra this weekend. The resort announcing it will be open. Alta Sierra posting on Twitter saying, come enjoy some of our earliest snow ever. They'll be open Saturday and Sunday. The ticket office opens at 8 a.m. The lifts run from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m.
Very exciting that it is open, and if you are planning on heading out there this weekend, make sure that you are bundling up, especially on Sunday. We are going to be seeing much cooler temperatures as we head into the weekend. That was not the case today, though. We are still seeing some of those low 60s in areas near McFarland, Buttonwillow, upper 50s here in Bakersfield right now. But we did see some of those clearing skies today. A lot of that sunshine that kept temperatures in those mid 60s this afternoon. But as long as we see those clear skies, we are tracking the chance for that patchy fog in the northwestern portion of the valley, especially at areas near Buttonwillow, Taft, as well as up in Delano. So something we will be keeping a close eye on as we head into the overnight hours. But high pressure continues to dominate tomorrow. So that means another round of those warm conditions as well as moderate air quality. We'll have an AQI of 55 tomorrow, and there's no burning unless with a registered device. As for those temperatures, again, the chance for that early morning fog, but warming up quickly at noon, already up to 62 degrees and right around 66 tomorrow afternoon, nearly 10 degrees above average, but big changes on the way as we head into the weekend. I have more details on our next rain event coming up next.
In today's edition of A Veteran's Voice, we're going to tell you the story of a naval officer from Taft who shared his story of World War II in a book. Victor Killingsworth enlisted right after Pearl Harbor and was part of several campaigns during the war in the Pacific with Japan. He chronicled his 3 years of service in the book, The Gator Navy, a firsthand account of battles, including the Marshall Islands and more. Now, coming up in our next hour, you'll hear this ageless storyteller relive some of those moments. You can catch a Veteran's Voice on the Now Bakersfield tonight at 7 p.m. Well, for some Catholics, today was all about celebrating and honoring Our Lady of Guadalupe, a local church holding a special event in East Bakersfield.
So we just marched from our church on California Avenue, it's been there since 1925, to this new property here on Brundage, 2 miles in procession to this is the shrine of Our Lady of Guadalupe. And so we march praying and honoring her.
Dozens of people taking part in the event earlier today, as you can see there. Today commemorates the appearance of Our Lady of Guadalupe to the Mexican peasant Juan Diego in 1531. The symbol of Our Lady of Guadalupe has been part of Hispanic culture for more than 500 years, some even considering her a symbol of justice. Well, Christmas is less than 2 weeks away, but the deadline for helping less fortunate kids celebrate the holiday is this Monday. Donations for the Chipster Kids Toy Drive is December 16th, and the CHP, in association with 23ABC, is collecting new unwrapped toys for kids of all ages. And they need more than just toys. They're also asking for blankets, clothes, shoes, and more. So if you'd like to help out, you can drop off items at all local Walgreens stores, Motor City in the Auto Mall, Furniture City off Weibel and Ming, the CHP headquarters, and right here at our 23ABC news station. The toy drive continues until Monday. Well, still to come here on 23ABC News at 6 in sports, the Bob Elias Hall of Fame announced 4 new inductees for the class of 2020, including a dynamic running back. And retailers are changing up how they ship items or products, why a woman was not happy with the packaging of her purchase. Allison?
And we'll be sunny and warm tomorrow, but that all changes as we head into the weekend. Your full forecast is coming up next.
Welcome back to 23 ABC Sports. I'm Carrie Osep. The Bob Elias Kern County Hall of Fame announced 4 inductees for the class of 2020. You're taking a look at them right now. That includes NASCAR driver and Indy race car driver Casey Mears, who won the 2007 Coca-Cola 600. He's the 3rd member of his family to be elected in. Also, Jerry Scott, an NCAA D1 basketball official and former CSUB student, got the nod as well, along with Scott Seymour, the former head girls track coach at BHS in the 80s and 90s, is adding his name to the list as well. And last but not least would be former NFL running back Mr. Ryan Matthews. A diverse overall class of Kern County sports inductees this year. That includes athletes, officials, and coaches, as you just saw. They will be officially inducted in just a few months, with the annual dinner being held at the Marriott Convention Center on February 19th. And there is no forgetting about this guy, Matthews. Greatness, all-around greatness from him at West High before playing for the Chargers and Eagles in the NFL. His senior year at West, he led the nation with over 3,300 rushing yards and 44 touchdowns. That's incredible as a running back, adding another 11 scores through the air because he didn't just do it on the ground. He did it as a passer in the game as well. Pretty awesome to see that. Well, Josh Curry continues to print his name into the Bakersfield Condor record books, some even calling him the mayor of Condorstown. But with as many years as he dedicated here in town, it makes sense that he's leaving a bit of a legacy behind. On Friday, the 6-year Condor vet will move into 3rd place all-time in the Condors history books in games played, passing Jamie Cook. Curry will suit up for his 336th game with Bakersfield. The right winger is honored to join a prestigious club. This season, in 23 games, he's already had 11 goals, leading the team in scoring, along with 4 assists. And to top it all off, he scored the teddy bear toss.
It's pretty special. Yeah, I just found out that I'm going to be 3rd all time, so it's pretty cool. I look up at the corner there and see some of the guys that played here and guys that that I'm trying to pass or getting close to, and they were all great, tremendous hockey players for this organization and for this community. So it's pretty cool to be kind of put in a class with those guys, and yeah, it's pretty special that I've been able to be here and play here for this long.
Condorstown has appreciated him too. Well, the Lloyd Williams Kern Schools hoops tourney kicked off yesterday with the South High Rebels playing against the BCHS Eagles. This was Roland Ganny from behind the arc, hitting down the 3-pointer there. And then the Rebels would go on a bit of a run. Keegan Naval, no-look pass to Emilio Rodriguez, who finishes that one. But it was Eagles' Lyndall Henderson making up as the Eagles fell behind. Step back 3 from him. He dropped 31 points on the night. The Eagles go on to win 65-34. But tonight, BCHS has advanced to play Cesar Chavez. They're meeting up in the game, or they just met up in a game at 5 o'clock. We'll have those winners along with other highlights. So more hoops tourney to come.
Looking forward to that and wishing them all well.
Yes, love seeing that. It's like a little treat.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Carrie, thanks. Well, we have a warning to all parents about having holiday gifts delivered to your front door. More retailers this year are shipping items in their original box to save on packaging costs. But consumer reporter John Matarese shows how that can spoil a child's surprise so you don't waste your money.
If you have young children or grandchildren, you've probably heard of LOL Surprise, a box filled with dolls to surprise a little girl. But one mom is furious with the way that gift arrived unboxed on her doorstep, ruining the whole surprise. Nicole Buckman is stunned at what showed up at her front door. Her Target Black Friday order of LOL Surprise dolls.
I couldn't even give this to her anyways.
All beat up with the bottom ripped open, and worse, her little girl saw it.
I had ordered my 5-year-old daughter the LOL Glamper from Target. She's been talking about it all year, her favorite present.
But Christmas came early this year.
Comes home from school and it's sitting on the front porch, not in a shipping box or anything.
Ruining any surprise.
She is ecstatic because she got the LOL Glamper, which it was supposed to be her present from Santa.
So we checked with Target and learned that the retailer does warn about some items that are shipped unboxed. However, you need to look carefully at the shipping details to find that. If you click on shipping details, a new window opens up saying this item won't be concealed in a Target box. It suggests parents have it sent to their workplace or a relative's house or shipped to store. Nicole says the warning should have been more prominent.
There was nothing when I checked out stating that. I never imagined it would not ship in a shipping box.
This should be a caution to parents. If you're not sure how the toy ships, use ship to store instead. That way you don't ruin the surprise, you don't waste your money. I'm John Matarese, 23 ABC.
That's some good information to know. All right, other good information to know, probably the weather, and if you are getting a package delivered, whether or not it's going to rain.
Well, it looks like it could be raining on Saturday, so make sure you try to get those packages delivered on Sunday. As for temperatures today, they were very warm outside, 11 degrees above average this afternoon. A high of 68 degrees today. Our average is 57, and we are still above that at this hour, 59 degrees here in Bakersfield. You can see those temperatures are much warmer across the region than what we were feeling this time yesterday, up nearly 10 degrees in some of our valley cities and up to 7 in the desert. So definitely warm, and you can expect those conditions to continue for your Friday as well. But what we are tracking is some action that's sweeping over the Pacific Northwest. But what I want to talk about is this plume of moisture. It is actually coming from the tropics. So we are going to be seeing some heavy rain falling in northern portions of the state. Not going to be as much for us here in Kern County, but as you can see, heavy rain in Northern California, even that heavy snow. And we're going to be seeing that really across the region. Now, most of that snow is going to be falling in the Sierras and most of that staying north of Kern County. Now, not ruling out the chance for some very light snow showers in the early morning hours on Sunday, but again, we're not tracking the best chance for that. Mostly rain will be falling here in Kern County, but we are going to be seeing an increase in that cloud cover for your Friday, and by the early morning hours on Saturday, seeing that rain pushing in, and then by the afternoon, potentially tracking the chance for some isolated thunderstorms that could be bringing heavy rain, hail, thunder, and lightning. So something we will be tracking very closely, and even seeing some light showers by Sunday morning, but that will be clearing out by the afternoon. Let's talk about those temperatures though. Holding on to those upper 60s for your Friday, low 60s by Saturday on the back end of the storm, dipping back down to below seasonal 54 degrees, and then warming right back up as we head into the middle portion of next week. Potentially seeing some rain showers by Wednesday and Thursday, but models are still in disagreement on that system. The Kern River Valley will have a high of 63 degrees tomorrow, 48 by Sunday. Tehachapi and Fraser Park looking at those showers continuing overnight Saturday into your Sunday. So we do have some wet weather on the way, but the continuation of this roller coaster of temperatures, I mean, well above seasonal today and then well below seasonal by Sunday.
Yeah, it likes to play with our emotions. The weather here, it's fine. We're used to it.
But clear, fresh air is on the horizon.
Yeah. Looking forward to that. And we are looking forward to talking about donuts.
Hey, ladies, I said treat earlier. This is because I had donut on the brain.
I'm very excited. Still ahead, we're going to enjoy our donut. But donut lovers rejoice. Krispy Kreme is offering a special deal to fill the donut holes in your heart. 23 ABC News at 6 returns after this.